I'm in a groove state of mind. 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 I'm in a groove state of mind.
Quiero tequila, señor, por favor.
I'm in a groove state of mind. I'm in a groove state of mind. Moving all the time. Don't sleep and there's no blame. Stepping up my game. I'm a groove student, yes I am. You I know I can. Read my master plan. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm
Tequila,
moving,
señor, por
yes I am.
favor.
I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving, yes I am. Moving inspires me. But to spend free, I'm dancing in my dream. Working at the scene, I'm feeling groove-licious. You know who I am. Now is my time to have a groove state of mind. I'm moving, yes I am. 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 Come let it go. Rise up and behold. There's magic in the air. I feel it everywhere. I've got my groove on. You know who I am. Now it's time to have a groove state of mind. Oh, I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Time to bust the move. Get me your own beat. The groove where life can go so sweet. Grooving's got my back. Grooving's telling me there's magic in my mind. I'm grooving all the time. I'm grooving. Groove, 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 I'm moving. Groove, 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 I'm moving. Groove, 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 I'm moving. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving. Oh, I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. 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 I'm moving.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the fifth and final day of Groove Asia's 5-day challenge. Now, if you have made it this far, I congratulate you. You have been sticking with it, and hopefully, you have been taking action. A few people have, and we commend you. We commend you. So, my name is Karen Allen. I'm the Chief Program Officer here at Groove Asia, and I want to say welcome. Welcome to our 5-day challenges. This is something that we're going to be doing each and every month to do a deep dives to get into the nitty gritty of all these apps so you will not be lost and confused. And you can start using your app and your product so you can start building and scaling your business. Okay, well, if you are here, before I get started with introducing our trainer, but if you are here live, put in a hashtag live. And if you are here on the replay, put in a hashtag replay. All right. And also like and comment this channel here. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber already, and hit the notification button. So if we have anything new coming out of the Groove Asia network, out of our trove of things, that you'll be notified and be the first to know on what's going on. And we're going to share with you at the end a little bit about a site that you can go to see everything that we have available, and you can stay on top of what's coming up. Okay, great. And so our training that we have here today, and also put your questions in the comment box. So if you have questions, we can get those answered here. And if we can't get them answered here, you can always go to our Facebook page, and on the events tab, all of these replays will be there. All right, our trainer here is none other than Nick Lacani. He's a dynamic force revolutionizing online education. And as a Toastmaster of the Year, he's led the digital transformation of Toastmasters International in the UK and Ireland during the pandemic. Now, with a background as a successful college lecturer, trainer, and technical director, Nick now passionately guides entrepreneurs to systematize their business for online success. Now, in 2024, he aims to offer effective training courses at Groove Asia, shaping attendees' journeys towards financial freedom. So let's join Nick as he shows what he has for us today. Come on, Nick. Come on board.
Thank you very much, Karen. Welcome, everybody. It's great to see lots of people live with us. We've got Jennifer from Dallas, Cynthia from Hawaii. We've got James from, I believe, Minnesota, Dilworth. And who else we got? Dr. Lisa from Maryland. And we've got a few others in there as well. Now, welcome, as I said. Today's day 5. And I want to show you in a few minutes the resultant website that we're on at the moment, okay? However, I want to talk to you about what happens after today before we all forget. I'm going to just make one point, that today's a 5-day challenge. Today's day 5, but then it doesn't stop here. The idea is that you have access to the replays, you've got access to your Groove account, put them together, and let's get in motion and start creating these sites. And remember, it's not about the actual content. You can get AI or Groove AI or some chat GPT to help you with the content and the titles or the engaging titles or the headings and all sorts of things like that. But today, this week has been all about learning the tools to lay out your website, to make it look nice, to make it wow. That's what I promised you, and that's what I'm going to deliver for you. Now, what I want you to do, what I will do now, I want to go through what we did yesterday in day 4, just very briefly, just as a reminder. As you can see from my screen when it comes up, what we did was the title was Perfecting Your Design. Fantastic. And these are the things that we should have got out of yesterday. Further formatting, I did go into more formatting, and I am going to go more into it today. Layout of containers and elements and things like that. We had a look at subdomains, okay, and we created those on there. We had a look at drafts and page backups. I know I was conversing with, I think, Jennifer on Facebook. She had some questions about that today. How to add buttons. Yes, we did that. And also how to save your page as a template. And that's another way to actually back up your page as well, that you've spent a lot of time working on. And that's a good way of saving it as well as having the page backups. And I would use both options, actually. Now, in terms of what I wanted to go through in terms of the recap from yesterday, let's just take a look. This is, if I can click on present here, this is the website that I said that we're creating, okay? techledgrowth.com. It's up right now. We have a home page, and we have about contact, training, consulting, tools. All of those pages are up. And also, we have a link to events and social. Now, we're going to look at those today. Now, in terms of events, we did this yesterday, didn't we? Instead of going to a page, it went to a URL, the Eventbrite page. Today, I'm going to show you the social option. And also, we're going to look at the disclaimer, privacy policy, and terms as well. And I'm going to give you ideas on how to do that. Now, in terms of what else we want to look at, so let's take a look. Here is the Tech-led Growth page. Now, what I wanted to do was to tell you a little bit more about the formatting, okay? And this is kind of to add a recap on what we did yesterday and to go a little bit further today as well. Therefore, we know we can select an item and we can change the way it looks. So in this case, we can select the picture, and for example, we can put it, give it a background, and shall we put a white one in there, maybe? And then we can do the transparency there. Yes, we know that, right? Okay, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. I don't want to add a background there, but you get the idea. You can do various things with it in terms of the text. If you're looking at text, the background, the border, we did spacing as well, okay? Now, what I want to do is I looked at size the other day as well, and this is quite interesting. So let me just show you something on the size of this. So click on this picture, go to size, and this is interesting because it says it's a fixed width, 125 pixels across. Now, what happens if it's a mobile phone? Is it still 125? Well, let's click on mobile. And yes, it is. What about the other sizes? Yes, it's the same size. So this particular picture is going to be the same. It doesn't matter what size of screen you're looking at it from. And that's fine because it's small enough. But imagine if it was 5 times the size and then it was fixed at that width. It probably won't look good on a mobile phone. So now, this is one option you have. You can fix the width of the object. You can fix the height of the object as well. And again, you can use pixels, or you can use a percentage relative to the parent, meaning to the parent settings. Okay, and also you can use full screen as well, higher up. But really, what you want to do is either leave it blank, and that therefore use just one option to auto size it, or you can make it, for example, the percentage or the pixels. All right, so you can do that with height and width, but also minimum width, maximum width. That's interesting as well, because you can have it so that the maximum width is a certain amount, and so even on a bigger screen, it won't go above whatever you've set as a maximum. Okay, so you can have minimum, you can play around with that. I want you to check out and see how it behaves itself. So that's very interesting for you. Now, this, as well as the size, something new that I want to show you today is layout. And this is interesting because it's the way things are laid out on the screen. And in this case, you notice, and a lot of the templates will have this, that this picture here is, well, there's a lot of space on the right-hand side. I don't think it's centered. How do I check? Well, just click on it. And there you can see that it's not centered, is it? Therefore, one of the things that you can do is to go, that's the picture. Well, just go outside of it and click on the container and click on layout. And you can see on here is parent default, direction, and then primary and secondary. This is important. Therefore, if I wanted to make it centered, what I could do is click on this button here to move it down a little bit, and also this button here. Oh, actually, sorry, let's go to vertical. Let's make it height and then width. Yeah, there you go. So it's a little bit better in terms of the way it's laid out. Now, another way to look at it is have a look at this container, and it's got this title on the left, which is left aligned. And also it's got this button, which is left aligned as well. So here I'm going to go to layout, and it's got flex, vertical. And in this case, can you see on there? I'm going to choose this option here. Do you see what we just did there? We centered it, made it look nicer. And are there any more options that we can do? Yeah. So what about this? Same thing, highlight that container, layout. Notice it's got vertical in there, and then choose the second button there on the secondary to make it centered. Okay. So that layout in certain circumstances will help you lay things out very much nicer. Okay. So that you don't have to manually be fidgeting around with it. Okay. Now, transparency. I like this actually. If I go to this picture here, and if I click on it, and if I go to transparency, it's got 100%, meaning it's showing up 100%. But as we did over the last few days, I've said that you can use the slider or type in a number here between 1 and 100. So you can actually go through and look. The picture can be transparent so that the color comes through. And if the color is different, then that particular color will come through. So in this case, it's blue or a light blue. Okay. So now maybe for that picture, it's probably not apt, but for this one, it might be. So transparency, highlight it, and let's make it 80. Okay, that didn't really do very much. Let's make it 50. So you can see that it looks lighter on the screen. To be honest with you, I think I was happy with the original. So I will make it 100. You get the idea that this bar here, the styles are here to help you format or to change the look of the object that you're selecting. Okay. Now, let me just save what we've done. The other thing I wanted to show you was that I've been doing a little bit of work on, oh yeah, sorry, one more thing. And this is quite important actually. If, for example, we have a situation whereby, and I've been emailed by people asking about this actually, about inserting objects and pulling them out and so on. So it's very important you understand that this here is a block all the way across. It goes all the way across on there, and these two red boxes above and below it. And inside here, you have containers. And then inside here, these, that where the text and the images and the buttons are, these are elements. We went through it on day 1 and 2, okay? Now, what I want to do is, if I want to add in a title somewhere or some text or a picture, then I go to the Elements tab, go to, for example, on here, text, and if I want to title H1, H2, H3, let's pick a H2, and I want to put it below this title here, and then click on the X to come out of it. Okay, and it in small writing or in a small font, it's got the word heading. Here, I can type in my subtitle. And here, I can format it. So for example, change the size, change the color. You know what to do with this. So let's make it a nice red color. There. Okay. Now, if I want to move that object, I click on it, and can you see this little cross here, the first button on the toolbar, and my mouse changes to a cross as well. Click and drag it, and wherever you let go of your mouse, it'll drop it on where the red line is. Therefore, in this case, if I want to put it near the picture on the right-hand side, and if I, okay, you can't, okay, it's not moving on here. Let's try it again. Okay, so you can see that the red line is moving right now. And on here, red line now is underneath the picture. And you can let go. If I click on it again and move it, and now the red line is above the picture, and let go. Oh, all right. It's all in the wrist action. There you go. Right? So you can move these elements and containers around. Now, if, for example, I want to have, instead of 2 columns, I want to have 3. This is a little bit more difficult, okay? But there's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can go and insert an empty block and then put containers in there and then move these items across. And to be honest with you, that's possibly the cleanest way to do it, to actually have a clean break from it. So in this case, I'm going to click on the plus sign at the top, empty block. And in this case, I want to have this one here, which has got 3 columns in there. Click on it. And so what that will do is that will create a brand new block over here with 3 columns. Now, therefore, what I could do, just like I did a minute ago, I could actually go and take any object I want and put it wherever I want into these boxes. And then I can just format this so I can then adjust the spacing. Look, top and bottom outside of the border, let's make it 30, like that. So then I can format this to my heart's content with the information in there in 3 columns. Okay, so there's a lot of intricate stuff with this, folks. And I just need you to understand that we can do a whole week on just this aspect, because there's a lot of intricate things that we can learn. I need you to actually go and try things out on a blank project so that you understand what you cannot do. Therefore, one of the things that you may want to do is, for example, go to Elements, and can you see Container here? And say, for example, you've got a 2-column container. Click and drag it, and on here, what you can do, okay, so let me just go down to here. What I've done is, so if you've got an existing block that you want to change, you can actually go and add a 2-column above this title here, or then move it wherever you wish. So there are, you can use an existing block and then make changes to it, or you can create a new block and then make changes to this. However, one of the things that perhaps I should have done is to have duplicated this in case I mess things up. And you duplicate it. Let me just take this out of here. So this is how it was. I click on it, and can you see this button here? And okay, my mouse is in the way, but it actually says copy. So click on it, and after 3 or 4 seconds, it will give me a new block, exactly the same. So then if I play around with this, and if it goes Pete Tong, I can delete it. I hope that's clear. Let's just click on this one. Oops, just click on that one and delete that. And let's click on that block over there and then delete that. Okay, right, are we good? I hope so. I hope so. Now, so those are the recap items that I wanted to show you on there. All right. Now, what I wanted to do was to actually just explain 1 or 2 things. So let me just stop my sharing for a minute. And I've got to remember to switch it on again, Karen. A couple of things. Remember I said that today's the 5th day. There's a few things that I want to do, and I want you to take actions on. Now, one of the things that I found useful when I was learning how to use Groove, or in fact, at any point, whereby over the last year, one of the things that really helped me was going to the Groove Asia events. And this is before I was really involved with the project, with the expansion project. And what I found was that with the dynamic duo of Simon Leong and Ching Yutan, they are amazing people. And what they do is they go out of their way to over deliver, create content, create courses where they actually want you to come and learn. And one of the things I found was, yeah, fabulous. So I put in the effort, and it really helped me tremendously in my journey to progress quicker. And later on, Karen's going to show you a couple of events that are going on next week. Simon has got how to make your first dollar online, and also Ching Yu has got a course on AI fundamentals next week. So watch out for that. Karen's going to tell us more. Highly recommended. Go attend. Right now, it's available to you gratis. It's available free to you. Okay, so go, avail yourself of that opportunity. Now, bearing in mind what I said about the longevity, we have, after today's session, I want you to go and practice. I want you to do, practice the things that I've shown you. The website I've got, Tech-Led Growth, will be on there for a while. I don't know how long for, but possibly all of 2024, maybe. And also, I'll be adding to it. So the next session that we run, the next 5-day challenge that we run, will be on Groove Mail. And I'll be adding to this website. For example, I'll be adding a block with a 4-minute where we're offering a PDF, for example, as a lead magnet in exchange for somebody's name and email address. And then that name and email address will be added under the hood in the Groove Mail system to a list. We can then run mail sequences. We can create broadcasts where you create a template email and then be able to send it to a list of people that fulfill certain criteria. You can have a number of things going on in there. So lots of value in that. Today is not the end. It's only the start of the beginning. Okay, it's only the beginning. Okay, now what I've done yesterday is to play around with the website and make 1 or 2 things pop up, literally, and I'm going to show you what I've done. Okay, let's share my screen again. And as you can see, we have got the this is the page. This is the home. This is the home page for this particular website. It is available now. And notice, what have I changed? Well, this has not moved across yet. Well, that's because I've not published it yet. You understand that, right? Okay, good. Okay, so, and that's centered as well. As you can see, that's not moved across yet. But we're going to do that in a few minutes. However, what I have done is, can you see the header? If you move your mouse over it, it actually, and look in the bottom left-hand corner, it shows you that it will always go to the home page. These menu items here, that goes to the About page. Now, do you remember what we did with the About page? We made it a draft, didn't we? Okay, remember that? Okay, so we will go and switch it back on. Contact is a contact page here. And then look at what I've done with the other pages though. Training, consulting, tools. So click on training, consulting, and tools page. Okay, so I've created a little menu along here, well, sub menu as it were. Also, we know the events page goes to, on a new tab, the Eventbrite page. Yes? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Now, what does the last button do? The last item, social. What I've done is I've created a pop-up that will show people and say, right, connect with us. And that's obviously Facebook and YouTube. And if you move your mouse over it and click on it, that takes you to Facebook. And that actually takes you, oh, sorry, that's LinkedIn. Sorry, I've got the buttons mixed up there. But you get the idea, all right? You get the idea on that. Now, we'll fix that when we get to it. What else have we done? Well, do you remember that I set up this particular button to go to a URL to my online diary? Well, have a look at this. Click on that, and it's another pop-up, and this time it's got my diary on a pop-up, not another URL tab, okay? Not another web page. So I'm going to show you how to do those things. Remember, what we have is it in terms of the items that we're going to look at today. So in this case, let's take a look at what we're going to do today. So policy terms, yes, pop-ups, favicons, hiding and activating blocks, and some advanced formatting. Now remember, please put in some questions if I'm able to answer them, or if somebody's in the chat, Peter or somebody may be answering them, that would be brilliant as well. Thank you. Now, so let's look at privacy policy terms and disclaimer, first of all. Okay. Now, in this case, let's go to the home page. And if we go to the bottom of the page on the footer, can you see privacy policy, terms of service, and disclaimer? Click on privacy policy. Well, I've set it up. Okay. Now, here's what I'm going to show you. And this is very, very important. I'm going to show you, I'm going to go to that web page shortly. Just bear with me. In fact, let me just stop this for a second. Okay, I'm going to look into the camera and I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. This, what I'm going to show you now, nobody at GrooveAsia, nor myself, nor Karen, or anybody involved in this is telling you that this will do the job for you. We are not legally trained, and we advise you to seek legal advice on whether this type of tool or this type of option is going to suffice for your needs. This is just a suggestion that somebody had passed on to me last year, that I show people that this is a free way of doing this. But as often in life, you get what you pay for. So I'm not saying that this should be an answer to you. I'm just saying, hey, this is an option, but you are in charge of your business. You are the CEO, and you should take the responsibility of checking to see whether this works for you or not. Okay, but I'm showing you the tool that the one way to do it. Okay, so let's go on here, share my screen, and right. Let's go to privacy policy online, and let's just hide this. Okay, so hopefully Karen's going to put this into the chat, privacypolicyonline.com. This is one place where they do it. There are many others, and there are many more others who actually do charge you a fee, but then they actually back, you know, I guess, you know, they are saying that, you know, they are officially telling you, yes, if you pay for this, this will definitely cover you. That's what they're saying, okay? This is free. Again, use it at your, use it if you wish. It's up to you, all right? Now, having said that, look, it's very simple to do. Go to the free general, and again, look, there's a lot of information on here. It's got, you know, the privacy policy generator. Basically, it's just going to ask you a few questions, including your company name and your website name, okay, or your website address. And then it's going to generate some information for you, okay? It's also got a blog and so on. So in this case, look, privacy policy, website app name, and on here, I'm going to call this as tech-led growth LLC. Obviously, it's fictitious. What's the address? Okay, so let's just give it an address. techledgrowth.com. Okay. Next. Right. Now, if the answer is you're not sure or not yet, then I would just say yes, because you're covering yourself already. Do you use cookies? Even if you don't, just say yes. Do you show ads for Google Accent? So yes. Do you show advertising to third party? Just, say, unless, and again, this is from a non-legal person saying that this is what I am doing now, and as an example. Okay. Country, Afghanistan. Okay, well, I'm in the UK, so I'm going to put UK in there. And then next, enter my email address. So I'm just going to put a dummy email address in here. c.com. Okay. Create privacy policy. Okay. So here you have a couple of options. You can download your privacy policy, or you can copy it to the clipboard, and then you can actually go and actually copy this and put it onto a web page so that it's static. However, what I've done, the example I've shown you, is that they will host this policy page for you if you just copy this link. Just copy it there. And that's the link that I put on here under privacy policy. Okay, that's it. Very straightforward. Okay. And on here, and what I've done for the privacy policy, I've done the same for terms and conditions and disclaimer. Okay. So I'm not going to go through those, but those are as simple as what I've just shown you. All right. Therefore, when we go to down here, if we go to privacy policy, let me just zoom in a little bit here. Right. Privacy policy, click on the gear icon, and look, there's the link right there. Okay. And also, I put open in a new tab. Okay. Right. So I've done the same for terms and also for disclaimer there as well. And that's fine. Now, talking about the footer, what I've decided to do is to, again, have an icon where it links to the home page. And also, we've got the copyright symbol there, important links. So these are links to pages. So this particular block, this particular element, rather, piece of text, go to the gear function. That's the text on there, link to a page, and link to the about page. That's it. And if I want to open in a new tab or not. Remember, usually, if it's on the same website, you probably don't want to open in a new tab. Okay? Right. And that's what I've done for these other pages on here as well. All right. Now, one thing I have done here is email address. If you go to this particular email address, can you see in the bottom left-hand corner, very bottom left-hand corner, let me just make it bigger again. If I click on, if I go to here, okay, it's still in a blue item there, mail to. If I click on this, it will try and open up my Microsoft Outlook and then send an email message. As you can see, okay? So that is, just say no, that is an email, a link to an email. Now, how did I do that? Well, if I click on this, and this is the paragraph, okay? So let me just put it in again over here so I can show you. I went to elements, And where's the text? Let's change the size. Okay. Text, paragraph, and put it below that one there, like that. Okay, so that's a paragraph that automatically comes up. Well, I don't want all that text. All I want is hello at abc.com. Okay, now that's not it. That's not fully it. I would double click on that text there. Can you see? Again, let me zoom in a little bit. Let's try again. Okay, let me zoom out again. Okay, so if I double click on that text, can you see this toolbar? We've used it before. And this is normal text. It's not a heading or anything like that. We don't, I mean, we can have it bold and italic, etc., and even change the colors. But here's what I'm interested in. This little button here, which is a link button. Click on it. And then here, we can actually put in mail to : hello at abc.com. And then save. That's it. Done. So that should work just like Alex did on there. All right. Okay. Karen, do we have any questions?
Yes, we do have a few questions here. We have one from Lorraine, who was asking, how do you add a new font family so you can use your own font in the website?
I think it's limited. I don't think you can import them in like you can in one or two. What I'll do is, Lorraine, if you put a message in the if you're putting messages on asking questions, please use the event page for day 5 in Facebook. And again, Karen will share that link with you shortly, and put a question in there, and I will answer it offline if that's okay. But I will double check. But it doesn't allow too many fonts, or if any, to be added in. It's got a few in there already. Okay. Next question, please, Karen.
Okay, I do think you can undo that from before. We just got to find out how to do that. All right, and the last question that we have right here is from Jennifer. Is there any way that we can have the pop-up show up when someone scrolled down for a while? So have the pop-up show up at like in the middle of the page, of a web page.
Okay, yeah, the pop-up, you can actually schedule it for when somebody's moving away or looking as though they're going to exit the page. So that's quite good. But I'm going to show you a little bit more about pop-ups, and then you can actually go and explore it yourself, if that's okay. All right? We're going to look at pop-ups next, okay? Okay, so let's have a look at our system. I'm going to go and share my screen again. And okay, so let's save our work so that we know what we're doing with that. And it looks good. Now, looking at pop-ups, pop-up is basically a small web page that comes up over the existing web page. And you saw the example there, right? And in this case, for example, you have, let's just zoom. Right. So you've got the social buttons there, a little form there, or you've got any web page can be put on over here, okay? So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I did those. For remember, if I want to edit this bar, this is a global block, edit global block. And in oh yeah, so that's the other thing, folks. I'm going to show you how to put this little menu on here as well, right? So let me show you how to do that. On here, one of the things that you can do is imagine you put you have a menu called just get in touch, for example. Now, if I go to pages on here, notice that there's a page called services, but I can't click on the word services. There's no page there. And that's what you would do. So you would actually go create a blank page, a single page, blank. And for example, it shows up as page 8. Let's change what it's called. And so we'll call it Get in Touch. And we'll just call this Touch. That's the page name itself, okay? And, oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. So let's just call it Touch there, that's fine. Now, so that is a blank page. Let's save it. And in this case, what we want to do is to put it along the top, below the home page. And then the two pages I want to go underneath it is the About page and the Contact page. And here, when your mouse turns into this four-pronged arrow, click, drag it a little bit to the right and a little bit above, and it moves automatically to the right by about a few millimeters. Let go. Can you see that? It's indented. So you've put it underneath Get in Touch. And also, then same with this, put it to the right, a little bit above, and it moves there. Okay? So, and that's not all. Now, at the moment, Get in Touch is a blank page. I don't want to show the blank page. Therefore, okay, it would be helpful if I save this. Okay, my system's, okay, yep, there you go, content saved. All right, confirm. Okay, so now there's a blank page in there. Let's go back to our home page and let's go back to edit the block here. Now on here, can you see it's got Get in Touch? Look, and then the two pages are shown below it. It's done what we've asked it to do. But also, if I go to this bar here and click on it so that the box is all the way along around the menu items, and then the little gear icon, you can see here that make parent links unclickable is already selected. That means that where it says services and where it says Get in Touch, it won't be able to go into those pages because those pages don't exist anyway. But you've just created menu items in there for your pages, okay? So that's one thing. The next thing is we want to look at pop-ups, and this is quite interesting. So what we did was with social, and again, sorry, just getting we've got the whole menu bar there, settings, and can you see on here that we've got home, events, social. There it is, social. And so we've said, right, look at the list, page, block, URL, pop-up. And under pop-up, it's a regular pop-up, meaning it's one created already. All right. And then there's a pop-up which I created, which is called 5DC social pop-up. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to create one of those pages very quickly. And if I go to pages, pop-ups, here's that page. Well, let's create a new one. And here, it goes straight to the pop-ups page. Find a template that you like. Oh, okay. So let's take this one here. All I want is a block with a title on it, and I'm going to put some buttons on it. That's fine. That will do. Import full template. And this is the pop-up page here. And what it's going to do is to show that there's got an orange background and some buttons. Now, in this case, what I want to do is to add some buttons below this, and I'm going to get rid of these two. So easy thing for me to do, elements and buttons. Let's pick a solid red button there, drop it there, and a solid blue button, and drop it there. Okay, these two I don't want. This is to do with email addresses and so on. I don't want that. And yeah, delete those. Okay, and delete that container as well. Okay, now I want some space in between those buttons. So click on the first one, open out the style toolbar, and spacing out above and below 20. And also do the same thing for the next one, spacing above and below 20. Okay? And instead of subscribe to our newsletter, I'm just going to say visit our socials. Now, if I wanted to, I could actually go and replace that icon and so on. I'm not going to do that right now. But I don't like this orange color. So in this case, I'm going to go to background and let's make it a light pinkish color. Oh, no, that's not a good idea. Let's make it a very light blue, shall we? Okay, that's better. Also on the button, click on it once and then click on, sorry, let's click on it again. Click on it once, the settings button. Here, link to, well, I wanted to go to my YouTube channel. So https youtube.com and then whatever the rest of the address is. Open in a new tab. And it also said solid button. Well, here, YouTube and update. Do the same thing with this, settings, and then URL, https facebook.com. Open in a new tab and give it a title of Facebook. If I can spell, that'll be cool. There you go. Save and close. Okay, how's that? I tell you what, I don't like the white writing on there. And in this case, I'm just going to make it black there. That's fine. And make it bold. Okay, that's it. Okay, save. And save and exit. The other thing you can do is to go back to pages and pop-ups, and you can see that it's pop-up 2 there. Well, the 3 dots here, you can edit the settings for it. And when you edit the settings, look, I can change the name here. I'm going to put in here my new pop-up. And there's other things that you can do in here as well. But here's the really most important thing. What pages can it be shown on? In which case, here, I have to put in drop-down list, pages, and by default, it puts in all of them. But can you see that you can have a pop-up appear on only certain pages, which may be useful for you? Okay. The other thing is, right. We're going to show on this. Okay, right. Type standard. You can see here that it's a standard pop-up, or you can have it on entry or exit. Okay, that was one of the questions we had a few minutes ago. Right, let's save the settings on there. There's my new pop-up. So now, if I want to go to social, and let's go to edit the block there, edit the global block and go to the menu. And if I go to social, pop-up, regular, drop-down list, oh, look, my new pop-up. And then update and close. Save and exit. And that bit's done. So when we publish it, that will go to the different pop-up form, and we'll prove that in a minute. Now, let me show you this schedule free consultation. You can actually, again, get a button to go to a different page, a different block, a URL, or a pop-up. Therefore, let's go to this button here. Let's go to the global block. Let's go to the button and gear button, gear icon, link to pop-up. Now, this time, it's not a regular pop-up, it's a quick pop-up. So it pops up in a smaller screen above the existing page that you're on. And then I've set it up, you can go to page, URL, mail form, or GrooveCell checkout. Mail form is what we're going to do next month, by the way. But in this case, I'm happy to go to URL. I've set it up to my calendar on there. And yeah, that's fine. Look, schedule a free consultation, update and close. So I've not changed anything on there. Okay, so that's the difference. A pop-up and a quick pop-up, two different types. Are we good? All right. Look, folks, we are running out of time, but I am going to be very quick on this. Let's just go through a couple of quick things that I think will help you. Notice that when I move my mouse over this blue button, it changes to red. And when I click on it, it changes to green. How do I do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. So here's the button. Click on it once. And can you see that on it says button on there, states. If I click on hover, it changes to red because I've set up the background to be red. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's change it so that it will be, let's make it a dark green color, okay? So that's on hover, all right? Active, when it's pressed down, this time it's going to be blue, and then hover, green, active, blue, but then when I come out of it, normally, let's make it red. Okay, so hopefully I've confused everybody now. Right, so I've changed the button so that at any point it's red. I move my mouse over it, it's green. If I click on it, it's blue. Okay, and we'll see the changes in a minute. That's very simple. So this hover active is very useful. All right. Now, what else do we need to check on here? Let me just go through my list. Favicons, and then hiding and activating blocks. Okay, so I'm going to be very, very quick on this. Let's come out of the global block and go to settings, site settings. Notice the favicon is the groove icon right there. Can you see that on the tab? We are going to change this for tech-led growth, and we're going to go and replace it with, oh, you know what? Let's put the Facebook logo on there. Yeah, I'm sure Mr. Zuckerberg won't mind. And just save it. That's it. Okay. The other thing is, on page settings, remember this is the home page, and this says home here, and that says home there. But if I want to here put in TLG home, and then tick. So we save that, and then we save this. And after we publish, hopefully, after a few minutes, those changes are going to be made. So let's have a look. And publish all on there. All right. So what we've done today right? Let me just run through what we've done. And there's one thing which I'm going to mention about active blocks. We really are running out of time. So in this case, what we've done is we've gone through and had a look at privacy settings, disclaimer terms. We did a recap on yesterday and did more advanced things in there as well. We looked at pop-ups, 2 different type of pop-ups. I've showed you how to do the favicons. I've showed you how to do the buttons with the changing colors on them. The menu items having sort of sub-menus in there as well. And I'm just going to show you one more thing, which is hiding and activating blocks. All right. Karen, I'm not going to have time for questions right now, so I'm just going to go and finish off within 2 minutes, if that's okay. Here, I'm just going to go back and share my screen. Okay, so now let's have a look at the website as it's published. And if I refresh, can you see it's changed to the Facebook logo at where the favicon is? It's called it TLG Home. Okay, notice the button now is red, and if I move my mouse over it, it becomes green. And if I click on it, what color does it become? Blue. And when I press it, it gives me a quick pop-up with this calendar. And also, if I go to social and click on that, it gives us our brand new pop-up that we've just created. And click on the X there. And also, it's centered this items on here. And what else has it done? Centered those as well in there. And we've got our email addresses down here, and both of them should work if you have a go at it. That's it. So one more thing I want to show you very, very quickly is active and inactive blocks. All right. Now, why is this important? Well, imagine that you have a video. So imagine that this is a video, and video is good on a PC or a laptop, but on my mobile phone, it'll be a bit too much. I don't want to get the device to download the video there and show it. It'll just slow things down. Therefore, what I can do is I can go to over here where it's got the mobile phone and click on the item, uncheck this so that whatever formatting changes we're applying only applies to a mobile phone. And on the right-hand side, go to layout. We've been there already. And then click on the drop-down list and scroll down a little bit more until it says none. And it's grayed out. Let's save it. And let's turn this button on here. And then let's publish it. Okay. In fact, if you have a look at it, and do you remember we got the page preview here as well? There's a page preview and there's the picture. But if we make this screen smaller, there, as if it's a mobile phone, it disappears. Okay, so this, where it says layout equals none, means that you can deactivate certain containers or blocks even, given different circumstances. Okay, so for example, on different devices, you can have different blocks coming up on there. Okay, so let's just finish what we're doing over here. And I'm going to come out to share my screen. Okay, that last bit that I showed you is the idea that you can show different things. For example, instead of a video on a mobile phone, maybe you just put a picture instead. Whereas if it's on a bigger device, you want to show a video with your introduction to your website. Okay, so you get the idea. You can do different things with this. Folks, it's 2 minutes past the hour. We're running late. Karen, do we have any questions that I need to answer?
The only question which was answered already for one of the members was what was the favicon? What was that used for? But did get that answered in.
Yeah,
did get that answered into the comment box.
Right. Okay. Fantastic. So I'm sure Peter's helping out. Thanks, Peter. I appreciate your help. Okay. So look, I'm going to do 30 more seconds. I promise. I said I'm done. Just bear with me 1 second. All right. What is after this? Well, next month we're going to have GrooveMail. Okay, GrooveMail, and with this, we're going to have the ability to go and create and deploy forms, create email lists, email broadcasts or campaigns, email sequences, automations, templates, a whole load of other stuff. Okay, so there's going to be a lot there. Make sure you practice what we've taught this week and practice it as we go along and be ready for the next one. It's going to be a real humdinger. Well, when is it and how is it? Well, those of you in the eastern part of the world, it's going to be on Monday to Friday, 12th to 16th of Feb, 6 a.m. Kuala Lumpur time. Those in the Western time zone, so for example, in Miami or New York, it's going to be 5 p.m. on Sunday, 11th of February. Now, you'll remember what that is because Sunday, 11th February is Super Bowl day. So you'll remember that. So this is a few hours before Super Bowl, okay? Well, it's about a couple of hours before Super Bowl starts. Well, that's it. And then also register at grooveasia.cm/challenge. Karen, thank you so much. Thank you so much to Karen and Peter for helping out this week. I am appreciative of everybody watching. I hope you've learned something. Engage with us in the correct place in the Facebook group. Otherwise, we'll see you on Sunday the 11th or Monday the 12th, depending on where you are. Be happy, be brave, and take action. Over to you, Karen.
Thank you so much, Nick. And we'll give Nick a big round of applause for all that he's done for us this whole entire week. And we have more to come. As he said, next month in February, we're going to be digging into GrooveMail, which is something you really, everyone needs to have access to. So we'll get you in more in detail on how that works. Now, I just want to show you the things that we have coming up for you. Let's do it this way on my screen up here. All right, so hopefully you guys can see that. This is what we have coming up for you. If you want to just stay abreast on what things are going on, you can go to grooveasia.cm/resources. All of our resources are here on this page that are available. You can just click on it and register. But if you want the most up-to-date information, just check on the calendar, click this button right here. When you click that button right there, it's going to take you to our calendar. And this week, coming up to finish off this 5-day challenge, the projects that you have working on, and know this doesn't stop. You can come to our Groove Asia Power Hour, which is going to be at 9 a.m. That's GMT +8 in Malaysia time. It's going to be at 8 p.m. here in the East Coast, United States. That's going to be coming up. That's tonight. So that's in, what time is it now? In about 2 hours. And you can work on your GroovePages there at the Groove Asia Power Hour. Our team member, Tyra Hoyt, will be hosting that. And then we have the Groove Asia Leaders Unite tonight. A workshop or a webinar, an event is coming up this weekend, Trading Success Blueprint. And our own Simon Leon is going to be doing the how to make your first $1 online. Click on it and register. So if you haven't made your first $1, your first $1, $5, $10, whatever, come to the how to make your first $1 online. Simon Leon was the senior optimization specialist with Google, so he can show you how to get on the first page of Google, which is a big part of making your first dollar online. And also our Chief Marketing Officer, Chinyu Tan, is going to be doing the AI Fundamentals course, which is going to be on the 1st of February, and that's GMT +8. If not, if you're here on the East Coast of the United States, it's going to be on Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. But there's 2 times, and if you like some folks that we do have in our community, they come both times here. Any of these events, you can just click on it, and you will have access to the registration page and come and join us. Now, for the replays of these 5-day challenges, come to our Facebook group. This is our Facebook group at GrooveAsia, GrooveAsia CM. Come to our Facebook group, click on the events tab. When you click on the events tab, all of the 5-day challenges that we have done this week are going to be right here. So the replays are right here. You can just click on them, whichever one that you want or need to get a refresher on, and the video will be right in here for you to view. So just a few hours after today, the replay of today's 5-day challenge will be on here also. So that's all I have for you. Get back on the screen. Stop sharing. That's all I have for you today, and can't wait to see you on our next 5-day challenge, which is going to be in February. And until that time, I will see you then. Have a good evening.
Hi, this is Simon Liang with GrooveAsia.cm. Are you already a part of the #1 community in the world? If not, do so right now for free training and support, along with live sessions to help you succeed. Start now by joining us in our private Facebook group and get more exclusive video content on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe with notifications turned on for all updates. Join our community right now. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you on the inside at GrooveAsia.cm.